The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCNTV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCNTV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCNTV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCNTV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Is Generation X. That's me. I was born in the 70s. And we're, yeah.
Oh, like 79 or like 73?
I'm not talking to you about this. After 12.
But like, you don't say nothing night, like, you know, like kind of, you know.
Christina, can we stay on script? This is why I have it.
What? Like sometimes you act your age and sometimes you don't. And this is one of those moments where it's like, wow, like this lady's really. Anyway.
You call me a lady?
I did call you a lady. Hello, 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 beautiful people.
Major General Quasem Soleimani was a senior commander of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and the head of its elite Quds force. He graduated to the role 20 years ago and was regarded as the mastermind of Iran's military strategy in the region. He rarely spoke in public, but gave this interview in October, saying Iran's IRCG had expanded Islamic resistance to 500,000 square kilometres, connecting Iran through Iraq and Syria to Lebanon. The Quds Force runs Iran's foreign military and clandestine operations. The US attributed it to campaigns in Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, Germany, Kenya, Bahrain and Turkey. Soleimani delegated Iranian diplomats to meet with US officials after the September 11 attacks, and they briefly worked together against the Taliban, but the relationship soon deteriorated. During the Iraq War, the US said Iran, through the Quds Force and Shia militias, killed more than 600 American service members, 17% of all US deaths in the war. The US and Iran's priorities aligned once more in the fight against ISIL, but didn't evolve past the battlefield. In April last year, the US designated the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization.
With this designation, we are sending a clear signal, a clear message to Iran's leaders, including Quasem Soleimani and his band of thugs, that the United States is bringing all pressure to bear to stop the regime's outlaw behavior. We ask that our allies and partners around the world do the same.
But Soleimani had the full support of Iran's government, and he received Iran's highest military award last year. As tensions heightened between the US and Iran, Soleimani continued to support Shia militias, including the Hezbollah brigades, who were targeted in 5 US airstrikes last week after they fired rockets at a US base. He survived many attacks on his life inside Iran and abroad. But it would be in Iraq, where Shia militias trained by his Quds force killed hundreds of Americans, that the US ended his reign, age 62. Charlotte Ballas, Al Jazeera.
Hey, hey, hey,
I
what's
feel like we're
good?
not in the middle again, or maybe it's me. Because we have to get the in the now. People can see the pin.
I think this is good.
Yeah, this is good. But I think you should never wear white again.
Why?
Selena, would you like to tell her? Makes you blend into the background. All you see is a bobblehead. Welcome, everybody, to In the Now with Sim and Chris. Yeah, this is the fools. This is the antics we have to start with.
First and foremost, Happy New Year. Bump.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes. Are we the first show of 2020?
Yes. I just realized that we're the first show of 2020.
Yes,
so we have big
we're
ourselves.
Trendsetters. That's why.
We're trendsetters.
Laying the groundwork.
Wearing white against white backgrounds. Like no one else can.
Wow.
Right. Doing it.
Yes.
So what's going on? How did you find that people got mercs up? What happened?
You know what it was? Yesterday was it was a long day. So I got accepted into another program. So it's a lot of homework.
Good for you. Good.
So
What's the program called? You can't just drop.
what's it called? It's called Starter Company.
Okay. Good for you. I don't know what that means. I'm sure you'll go into details off the show.
Sure. So start a company. So the thing is, you have a chance to win a $5,000 grant at the end. But the thing is, you have to do all this homework. Basically, you have to prove that you're worthy of the money and can actually run a business.
Oh, this would be easy.
Right?
I love work.
So the homework is like, it's intense. So there's like a 600-page textbook you have to go through. There's like chapter homework. It's like school.
So, Selena, I feel like this is university life and she's crying.
Exactly. You guys know I never went to university, so this is so new.
Oh, welcome then.
Yeah.
You want some tips, you can talk to Selena. She's fresher off the boat, but I remember university very well.
So the whole day yesterday I was trying to get the homework assignment in, which is due next week.
But I need a tutor.
I don't
help.
I don't need a tutor. I just need to go through the homework.
Just saying.
So essentially what happened was like it's intense because it's not just like studying, it's studying, but you also have to apply it to the business you're currently running. So you have to take a microscope at your business and see what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong.
Very cool.
And etc. So that took like so much out of me. So it was like maybe 11 something, and I'm like, oh shoot, I have to submit my article. I submitted it, by the way. And then as I was on Twitter, my article is on Twitter. It's on Twitter. So I was on Twitter. So then all of a sudden I start seeing the hashtag World War III pop up. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's Trump doing now? So what happened?
That was assumption.
Was well, he sanctioned an airstrike on Iran, right? And killed this guy, who's Iran's second in command. So think of someone having an assassination attempt on Mike Pence. That's the gravity of what he did. So
what started all of this?
We're going to get into the next part of this segment, right?
Okay.
But essentially what's going on right now is that the world is kind of like, wait, this guy essentially just declared war. And if you look at this tweet from this journalist, this was before it was confirmed. So what he's saying is that there are unconfirmed reports that Quasem Soleimani, commander of the Quds forces, has been killed in drone strikes. If this is true, this will be a major moment in U.S.-Iran relations, and Supreme Leader will undoubtedly see this as a major provocation or act of war. So this is something that could definitely change the scope of the decade that we're currently in right now.
When did this happen? At 12 o'clock?
Yeah, it literally happened like a couple hours ago.
He wanted to start this year with a bang. Too soon?
Literally.
Too soon, eh?
Literally.
Okay.
Wow. So if this is seen as an act of war, like when I was discussing this with my siblings, they're like, war is so old. Like no one's going to be getting their tanks, getting 1 million guys on the road. But
really?
You're probably going to see more cyber attacks, right? You're going to see more assassinations. It's going to be more Cold War-ish, right?
Very 24.
And that is something that we need to prepare for. This is a possibility, something that could be happening as we enter this new
Do you know what never gets
age.
really touched with any of this stuff?
What?
The islands. This is why we get lick up with some hurricanes, but no war.
Yeah,
We're
but
chilling.
that in and of itself is something, but like that's a totally different topic.
What? The fact that we're not getting into wars?
No, like some of the natural disasters that happen across the world.
Yeah, that's another topic. We do get the natural disasters, but there's no war.
True.
So it's like one or the other. And then there's Canada.
I kind of feel it's like, yes, the Caribbean doesn't get wars, but in the physical, but I feel you guys get more wars in the spiritual, which is why you have a lot of
Very right.
those kind of things.
Yeah, I feel you. I guess it's just different type of wars depending on the plane that you're looking at. I got it. So airstrikes, eh? This man dead off. Can you show the picture of this guy again, please?
Yeah. So
So what's happening on the world of Twitter? It's blowing up right now.
It's blowing up because everyone's like, okay, are we going to have like a conscription? Are people going to like, if you look at some of the memes, like pick number 1, me seeing World War III memes, pick number 2. Like there's so much stuff like happening right now.
Jesus.
So if you I love that meme, right? It's like me and the fellas meeting up in jail after rejecting the World War III draft. Like there's so much stuff going. Like, can you scroll down some more? It's like there's so much happening, and it's just like,
what's happening here?
oh, what is this? Me entertaining the Iranian officers after being captured. So they keep me alive.
We got to be shucking and jiving, don't we? The hell?
Hold on, is there? Can you scroll down? There should be a clip of Kobe talking to his daughter. This one. I don't know if it'll be here. Can you keep scrolling? I don't know. There's this one that I saw. It was hilarious. I don't think it'll be here. But there's a meme. It's like a two overlap of a meme. So there's a meme going around of Kobe talking to his daughter, courtside, right? And the caption for the meme is that me explaining to Iran that they should go after the people who voted to make America great again and leave us black people alone. And I'm just like, I agree, sir. I agree. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This segment is over. So stay tuned. We're going to talk a little bit more about world events as well as what's happening in Canada in 2020. So stay tuned for more of what's in the now.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
It's a present that would change 11-year-old Gavin Sumner's life. He has no idea what's in this box.
Are they done? Yeah.
That's Anthony Economos, the man who made the hands. For Gavin, this is life-changing. Simple tasks so many of us take for granted, like picking up a water bottle with one hand, were impossible for him, until now.
I was just pure happiness. It was just a miracle come true.
Seeing his face, the surprise and the joy, and then just seeing him hold that bottle for the first time was just nothing short of amazing.
Last year, Gavin put 3D printed hands on his Christmas list. His mom had no idea how to get them, so she posted on Facebook and eventually connected with Anthony Economos, who owns Bedstone Creative, a marketing and product development firm. Economos has never done anything like this. He first printed out these 3D hands from an open source file, but quickly realized they would not work.
His thumb articulation really interfered with the use of the hands. So what they provided off the shelf wasn't going to work, and which we realized really quickly that we were maybe a little in over our head.
It took almost a full year of modifications and trial and error to get to this final product.
Just by closing his wrists, he's able to use these.
For Gavin, this is a huge step towards being independent.
I would have to have my friends, help me get all my stuff, help open things. But now that I have these, I'm able to properly be independent on my own.
Economos says this is a game changer because prosthetic hands can cost about $6,000. Kids rarely get them because they're still growing, and having to modify them just isn't cost effective. But this is.
Now that we have Gavin's files done, we'll be able to support him as he grows, and we can print a hand up in a matter of a weekend.
Hey, y'all, we're back. So the video we just watched was something nice that happened over Christmas. I like to balance, like, the terrible world news and, like, the good news story. So that was a good news story.
I have questions. Why are people making memes about... It's not about the man dying, but this man's dead. And people are catching jokes.
You know why? Because people feel like he's a terrorist.
Who? This guy here?
Quasem, yeah.
Oh, so I'm happy about it.
So yes and no, but he was kind of like in my personal opinion,
really like subjective picture. Sorry, he looks really, really terroristy here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, throw up another joke about this. Go ahead. I can't see it. But what does it say?
What does it say? No, so. You know what I think it is? I think people are
terrible.
People not suspect, but it's kind of like he's a terrorist.
Okay.
That is what America is saying, right? But maybe it's just like he's head of the CIA, but the Iranian. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So, in my personal opinion, I kind of felt like he was the balancing. He was like the dam keeping back the flood that is Iran. And now he's gone. Iran's like, all right.
So war.
Bet.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Like stepping on a black man's shoes.
Right.
Oh, really?
Right. That's what I personally feel. So that's why I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, this was probably a bad move because he was keeping things in check. Yes. Does he have terrorist ties? Yes. Is he a sympathizer? Yes. But he's the lesser of two evils, essentially.
America has the most terrorists. How is anyone even talking right now?
Well, America doesn't want you to know that, right?
Sorry.
So, and this is what President Trump posted as this was happening. The thing that gets me is that he didn't even get like a high resolution photo.
Yeah, he got a
budget
ass flag.
Like you are the president of America. Like you mean to tell me you don't have like a subscription?
What? Right?
To Envato Elements or like I don't know. Like I don't
really
understand.
Good stockpile of photos of the flag.
And it's just like it's so weird. But what I wanted to show was why is this happening now? If you go, Selena, can you put up the news article? So this is something that happened at the end of last year in November. Iran found 53 billion barrels of oil.
Oh, of course. Isn't Saddam Hussein dead now too? With all this?
November 10th, 2019.
Mm-hmm. Sounds very familiar.
Sounds very familiar.
Not World War II, sorry. Of the Gulf War.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Exactly.
Very familiar.
Yeah, things to ponder on. But back to our good news story. Hey. This little kid.
Made a 3D arm?
No, he didn't. He was born without his tongue or fingers or 40% of his feet. So he needed people to help him like go around doing basic tasks.
Okay.
So his mom reached out to this design firm and they basically 3D printed him a hand or a set of hands rather. So he could and that's what he got for Christmas. So he got like the gift of touch and being able to hold things and things like
this
that.
Is why I love technology. Technology can do such great things. But this is the thing. Like with anything, things can be used for really good.
Yes.
Or for blowing up people.
Exactly. Or like doing cyber attacks.
Or cyber attacks.
Yeah. So things to think about. So next we're going to talk about what's happening in our beautiful land of Canada. So we have a lot of new laws coming into effect.
I heard about this nonsense.
First
of all, healthcare. Are we touching that one?
Healthcare? No, we're not touching that one.
So I'll just drop it.
Sure.
Heard this last night, hot off the press. Healthcare is only provincial wide now, where it only exists in your province. So if you travel to another province, you don't got no free healthcare.
Oh.
Sell these motherfuckers.
So the news I heard was that you can't use your ohip outside of Canada anymore.
I don't think you ever could. That was never a thing.
I feel like you could.
No, you never could. That's why they tell you to get insurance when you travel.
Really?
Yes, but now they're saying within Canada, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if you guys find out anything else about this, but this is what I heard on 680. So blame them. That I'm telling you, provincial wide now you can only use it so that you can only use your Ontario OHIP card here. So if you go to Alberta and mash up yourself,
it's privatized now.
It's
you have to pay. You have to pay. Wow.
Slowly but surely, man. Slowly but surely. So I'm leaving Canada. Anyways.
Wow, that's odd.
So back to your news. Let's go back to your live.
Well, this was actually a part of it.
Okay.
I thought
so what do you have?
I thought it was federally. Like I thought we could like use OHIP overseas, but I guess we can't.
No, man.
Good to know.
No, yeah. No.
Wow.
No, boo-boo. That's just Canada. That's it.
All right. So there's been changes to the way our taxes are being done.
What's happening now?
So they rejiggled the percentages, which is like.
What does that mean?
So, for example, before, if you were a single person and you made over like $150,000, you'd be paying 35% tax, which I think is insane. But now you're going to pay 37. But if you get married, obviously that number decreases. And I think something for more of the younger people to be aware of is that the basic amount that you can earn tax-free, so without declaring income tax, if I'm understanding correctly, is now, it's gone up to $13,229.
Okay.
And the plan is to increase that to $15,000 by 2023.
Okay, there you go.
So if you're making under $13,000, we pray for you. But you
no,
don't.
not necessarily. If you was a good hustler, that's now you know how far you can declare.
Talk to me about that.
I'm not telling you to evade taxes or anything. I'm just
it's not tax evasion, it's tax avoidance.
Same thing.
No, it's not. They're two different things. Seriously. No. Let's talk about this. There's tax evasion. That's the bad stuff. But there's tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is the stuff we need to educate ourselves upon, especially if you're running a business. How you can avoid paying taxes. Is that the same as evading? Evading is like hiding it away.
Because I don't want to say something and someone watches this and my taxes get pinged. Wow. I'm not saying
wow.
Nothing.
So another rule that's provincial, which I think is, I don't know how I feel about it, but like dogs can now eat with us in certain restaurants. Yeah.
I love my dog. You understand me? I love her. She's not eating with me nowhere. There is your section.
Rob Ford has said now that there's certain restaurants where certain spaces, if they're not in close proximity to food, you can have your dog come, chill with you. I think that's kind of cute.
Not a big deal.
Kind of cute.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
And the carbon tax is being jiggled over. So maybe it's the time to get a Tesla. Maybe want to pick up a Cybertruck.
So what is going on with this law? Let's say this quickly. It's a nice car. Oh my God.
It's a Tesla.
I know.
I don't know how I feel about them.
I love them.
I think they're cool, but at the same time, it's like, do I want to put that whole battery thing in my house?
Yes.
Like it's going to go next to the HVAC?
It's the way of the future. Our cars are going to fly soon.
Okay.
That's just a reality.
All right. Well, on the next segment, y'all, we're done this segment. So we have our third segment, which we're going to talk a little bit more about more Canadian news.
I'm excited.
About your favorite Tim Hortons. Got some news about them.
And tax avoidance.
Tax avoidance, people. Not tax evasion, tax avoidance. Anyway, see you on the next segment on In the Now.
See you guys soon.
World-famous spiritual astrologer and psychic Pandit Sai is born to serve people. He's an expert on palmistry and horoscope. He can handle all problems and give Vedic solutions for business, job, love, marriage, husband and wife problems, children, personal, and many others, including depression. He also performs pujas to clear all sorts of obstacles. Call Pandit Sai and see changes in your life now. 647-766-1419. Located at 2895 Derry Road, East Mississauga, Airport Road and Derry.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
So Lloyd, you want to be a surveyor?
Until a few months ago, Lloyd thought his plans to go to college and start his career were on track. Then the grade 12 student's life was thrown into uncertainty.
We had some family issues at home, and I was given a 6-week notice to depart from my home.
Might want to take out your stuff for a second. CBC News is withholding Lloyd's last name because homelessness carries a stigma. The Canadian-born 18-year-old grew up in Jamaica, but returned here to live with his cousin until he graduated high school. When that arrangement fell apart, Lloyd's guidance counselor told him about Night Stop.
So this is your room here. This is where you're...
A program that places young people at risk of becoming homeless in spare rooms offered by volunteer families like Kirk and Amy Schuler.
I get to stay in an extra room that they have, and it's lovely.
They will always text you first thing on Monday.
The couple and their 2 kids have been Night Stop hosts for several young people. Lloyd impressed them immediately.
Very friendly, shook hands, super polite, would eat anything, not a picky eater. So it was so easy to just have him here. And we do have...
Still, for most families, the idea of welcoming a stranger into their home takes some getting used to.
Lots of questions. Is this going to be dangerous? Is this appropriate for our small family, our young family?
We do Skype calls on a regular
All
basis.
common concerns, Night Stop organizers say, concerns they address through rigorous screening of the young people they place in homes.
We're not putting kids in families that have significant mental illness or significant addictions. You know, our families that we're placing with, they're not social workers, and they're not expected to be.
Since it started in York Region in 2017, Night Stop has placed 44 young people in host homes. Now there are plans to expand the program across Canada, a move applauded by experts, because when youth end up on the streets, the consequences are dire.
Their health declines, mental health declines, they experience trauma, they're more likely to be victims of crime, and often addictions are an outcome because of all of those things.
For Lloyd, knowing he has somewhere safe to spend the night has allowed him to focus on doing well in school. So well, he's already received conditional acceptance letters from 2 colleges. Nicole Ireland, CBC News, Pefferlaw, Ontario.
Hey y'all, I hope you liked that good news story. Like I said, I like to balance it. Because like sometimes world news can be so depressing, but the fact of the matter is life's not like that. It's all about balance, dualism, things
love
like that.
the idea. I think it's a beautiful idea,
Yeah.
but I have some concerns. No.
Well, can I introduce the idea first? So the video you guys just watched was basically a segment talking about a UK initiative called Night Stop. And essentially what it does is it matches people who have spare rooms in their home with homeless youth. So this is a project that's been going on in the UK for some time now, but it's been brought to Canada for the first time last Christmas, so in 2019, and it's being promoted and supported by 360 Kids. I think it's a great idea, but let's have some discourse. Simone?
Discontent. Sorry.
Sure, let's discuss them.
Just like the safety. How do they deal with safety?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they screen them, like heavily.
Okay, so they deal with they make sure they screen them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about I'm guessing these are families who don't have children of their own.
No, that one did have a family, so I feel like they do have children of their own.
Again,
I think that would be better.
I'm a little nervous about it.
Okay, I think that's fair and warranted.
I'm just nervous. Like it's a great initiative.
Yeah.
I love the initiative. I think it's a beautiful thing, but it makes me a little nervous. That's all.
that.
It's been working. Nothing bad has happened, but you know, maybe I'm just a little pensive. Watch too much Forensic Files.
I heard that.
Seen some things happen.
Of course.
But
yeah.
anyhow.
But
Are any
I
black
think
families doing it?
that's a great question. Maybe this could be a call to ask more black families, more families of color to open their doors. But I think that whole thing you know what, this brings a valid point to the conversation and discussion surrounding why black people don't adopt. So, when I used to work with the Ontario Children's Aid Society, there was a big push to have more black families and more black people join the adoption process or join to become kin for people youth and young adults in the child welfare system. However, a big major barrier as to why Black families would not take that chance or not be into the system was because they already are kind of sort of doing something like that already. So for example, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
When my cousins first moved from Japan, we all lived together in my house. So it wasn't like our family at the time was only 5 people. My aunt and her husband, they have 5 kids. So it's 5 plus 7 equals 13. How are we going to add another person? You see what I'm saying? I feel like Black families are already within our community. We're already doing this without help from the government or help from the system.
It's been happening.
So it's very difficult now for us to like include, like we have auntie's son and then auntie's son's baby moms, and then we're adding someone else to it. It's a bit difficult. So I can see why more people of color and more Black families would probably not want to join things like these because we're already doing it.
The bigger issue for me is why there's so many children without parents in the welfare system.
So, have you spoken with Kika before?
Yes, she was on our show like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Why there's so many? That's the issue I'm looking at, is why there's so many of them in the system like that. Where are the parents? See, we like to mend things. We like to put Band-Aids on things. Putting someone in another family is not going to help that child. Where are their damn parents? So we have other things we really need to deal with. But it's I hear you. There should be, yes, the bend. Yeah, I get it. The adoption is important, but parents, man, step up. We need to do better.
Wow.
We need to do better. We shouldn't be having our children all up in the damn system.
That is true.
Anyhow, sorry.
Very true. No, I mean, it's good to like talk about these things, right? These are things that are happening right now, right? It's a problem.
Anywho, now that we got it real sad, it started off as a really nice moment.
I don't think it's sad. I think it's more introspection. It's more so we need to be able to look critically at ourselves, because one thing I'll tell you from working in the system, working with the system, many people don't have that thought process. Many people don't think, okay, what are the parents doing? Where are the parents? It's from a different perspective where it's like, oh, the system is like berating or harshly penalizing Black families and Black children. So there's more instances of maybe events where children don't need to end up in the system, but they end up in the system.
Why are they in the system? Again, what's happening?
Right?
What is happening out there?
I think we definitely need to open our eyes a lot more and see what's happening and join together to actually make actual change, not just policies and standing with people shoulder to shoulder in photo ops, actually like going out to do things.
Agreed.
But in the
Young
meantime,
Black man, I hope you are right out there.
Yes.
With this family. Hope you good.
We do. We send you our blessings. So let's talk about your favorite, French vanilla. How do you find the new lids?
They're so disgusting. They're
You don't like
annoying.
them?
No.
You don't like them? You want these lids back?
Yes.
So there's been, I like these lids too. If possible, let's end off this segment with the video, please. Talking about the benefits of the old lid.
Well, this next story has a bit of a Seinfeld twist to it for those who remember the popular sitcom. A Calgary man, fed up with the lids at a popular coffee chain, decided to launch a humorous campaign. And Brian Hansen got the attention of the execs at Tim Hortons. Jill Croteau reports.
It's a morning routine for millions.
Can I get a large coffee with 1 cream and 1 sugar, please? Anything else? That's everything.
The wait for that caffeine fix, the anticipation for that first sip of Timmy's.
Thank you.
Time to cue the entire experience after the hot coffee hits the cup holder.
This is where it begins, right here.
It starts with the delicate craft of opening the lid.
It's just a thin strip of plastic between you and disaster.
Brian Hansen wrote a letter about his annoyance with the leaky lids, sending it direct to Tim Hortons' executive. The complaint was posted online and has gone viral.
Well, there's 2 ways that you can send a complaint. You can be that guy, or you can add a little humor into it, maybe make somebody's day when they read it, and get a response.
And it's clear he's found the comedy in the controversy.
I've got a stained shirt, I've got a burnt hand, and lucky I didn't cut my lip on that speed bump. This is all before 8 a.m.
Tim's officials have responded, appreciating the passion from Hansen, saying many guests actually prefer their lids over other designs, and suggest if he prefers an alternative to the flat lids, to request a dome lid that was introduced with the launch of the espresso beverages.
You shouldn't have to specify whether you want the Fight Club lid or you want to have a nice morning. It should just come with a lid that's going to make sure you don't show up to work looking like you've been rolled in an alley.
And the opinions are just as personal as the way people take their coffee.
You get hooked on Tim's, you get hooked on Tim's.
No bad lid is going to turn you off that coffee.
Not a bit.
If you make the lids more expensive, you're going to have to pay more for the coffee.
So you say leave the lids as is?
Yeah, they're disposable cups.
I kind of wish that they went to a more, I don't know, same as everyone else.
And that's the hope. The design engineers at Canada's Java Giant will consider an alteration to the coffee cover.
We can have change. We can have new lids. First world problem.
Until they do, Jill Croteau, Global News.
My name is Trish Curling, and I am an online coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher, and your new host of Shaping Life, which is all about understanding that we have the ability and the control to take charge of our health and wellness. But we can't do it alone, and I can't wait to sit down with the best in the industry. Please tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. live here on the TCN Network.
What's good?
It was too soon.
It was too soon. Hey y'all, what's good?
What's going on, guys?
So this is just like the segment, the inspiration segment, where we just kind of spitball and talk about things. I mean, obviously I have 3 topics I'd like us to focus on, you know, so we have some direction.
Let's do it.
So the first topic, or the first question for us to ponder and discuss upon, is this: what has inspired you this week?
This week?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? If you get a chance, definitely watch the Kevin Hart documentary that came out on Netflix.
I haven't watched it yet. I don't think I'm going to watch it. Carry on.
You should.
Really?
There is some very key things that he notes in there that I already knew, I've been doing, but realized I have to heighten it even more. Number one thing that I think stood out for me the most is teamwork. Because him and his team work so well together, he's known some of them for a long time, some not as long, but he has a core team that he works with, and they have his back 100% of the time. Actually, the one time that they weren't around him is when he made a very costly error. I'm not going to say mistake.
Okay, but you know what, though?
Let me finish.
No, I have to cut you off on this point. You need to tell me that you need your mandem to tell you not to cheat?
Listen,
is that what we're saying now?
No, what I'm saying is sometimes you need your people around to say that's not a good idea, because sometimes some of us don't have that self-control. And this is why it's always good to have people who are going to be like, look, stop. Because you know what? I guarantee if his friends were there that night, he would not have done that with that girl. And that was a setup too. That was a setup. You need to watch that. That was really, oddly enough, as much as you talk about having a team, it was his own brethren who set him up. So you have to be so mindful. So as much as you need to have a good team around you, you also got to be very careful about who you let in your circle and who you trust, and work ethic, working hard, staying focused. This man's been doing this since he was a kid, and he just got famous a few years ago.
Yeah.
So everyone out there who thinks it's just going to happen like that, and it also made me realize that I'm on the right course. I'm pushing, my work ethic is crazy, and I know that it is. And I'm just going to continue it because I understand that eventually that shit's going to pay off. That's what inspired me this week.
Cool. That's good. So what's inspired me this week? A great question. Great question, Christina.
What had a question, didn't even answer it for her.
I didn't even answer for my damn self. Maybe I wasn't feeling inspired this week.
You didn't talk to me. She didn't talk to her circle. That's why. If she had talked to me, I would have inspired her to watch the whole Kevin Hart thing. Then she'd be inspired right now. But
You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Loop
know.
me.
I don't think
Not
I've
even
been.
Happy New Year. Nothing.
You know
This
what?
is
It goes
why
both ways. The phone goes both ways,
are
Simone.
In this feeling and in this funk right now.
I'm not in a funk. Last week I was in a funk.
And you're not inspired. Whenever
No.
she's around me, she's inspired.
Wow.
Clearly, you need to be around me a little bit more.
Actually, you know what I'll say inspires me? I don't think there's anything monumental, like that's just like stood out, but I feel like I get daily inspiration from Twitter. And I talk about this in the article I submitted.
I'm not on Twitter much, so I don't understand how
I
that correlates.
know. I know. I think you need to get on Twitter. So the people I follow on Twitter, they're people who are like go-getter would be not the right word to use. They're not, they're so above hustlers and they're so above go-getters. And it's just like every day they're teaching me something different and every day they're teaching me something new.
What did they teach you today?
So someone taught me today that I should buy the expensive suit because that will help you build the mindset and attract higher paying clients in your business.
See, if you talk to me, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Selena, tell her I've already talked to you about this, girl. Been on that.
What?
Not expensive suits, but spend that money. Don't be afraid. Stop living in lack.
I don't think we've had that conversation.
Because you don't talk to
we're
me.
supposed to have like a check-in every week?
You'd be inspired.
Wow. Yeah, so I think that's really been inspiring me. What also been inspiring me has been I'm trying out a new marketing technique in my Facebook group. So if you guys haven't already joined my Facebook group, have I added you to my Facebook group?
I will add you. Here making groups. And again, why she's not inspired. If I was in your group, I would be inspiring you.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, so I'm doing I'm on day 5 right now, and it's a 21-day prospecting challenge.
Okay.
So this could actually work out for you really well, depending on what you want to do this year. So essentially, family. What I'm doing is for 21 days straight, I am messaging 21 potential clients from my LinkedIn profile. So I exported my LinkedIn profile. I cleaned it up, made sure things were aligned. And I'm literally going from A to Z of all my contacts and I'm sending them a message. And I'm being like, hey, I'm Christina. I'm not trying to sell anything. All I'm trying to do is let people know I exist.
I started this in 2013.
Ooh.
Hence why Trish found me. Hence why I'm here. Again, Christina.
What are you trying to say?
Hang around me a little bit more.
What do you like? Do you want me to come and live with you? Is that what you want me to do? Like, oh my gosh. Is this your way of asking me to move in?
I love that. I think it's a great idea. But
Exactly.
honestly, I reach out to my LinkedIn contacts all the time.
Yeah.
And I send them messages, even if it's to share something. It's never pitching. Never pitch people. I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. I think that's a beautiful idea to really engage with people instead of just sending and saying, hey, this is my product.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Don't give a damn about your damn product.
That's exactly what I've
Learn
been
me
doing.
first. Learn the person. Share you. See that inspiration there? Don't need Twitter. It's Smitty.
Wow.
That should be a new app.
What?
Create it. The Smitty app.
What does it do?
It inspires. Every day you wake up, I have something inspirational and assholey to say, mixed together.
There's so many of those. But yeah, go off, sis.
Okay.
Go off. But yeah, that's I think been a big inspiration this week, kind of like seeing where those conversations are going.
Nice.
Yesterday, I actually had my first negative response to a message.
Those are fun.
So
I like them.
I actually screenshotted it because at the end of the challenge, I'm going to actually post that message up. But it was like after my 100th message.
Yeah.
And then I got my first message.
What did the person say?
So the person was trying to sell me something.
Yes.
Or try to get me to be a reseller of their product. And I was just like, I'm no longer in the industry that this product is in. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
So he said I was rude and had too much time on my hands. I wish I could send you the screenshots. He said I was rude and had too much time on my hands. And I didn't listen or pay attention to him. So I was like, you know what? May God bless the work of your hands, bro. Like, I am not even trying.
Boo Boo was in his feelings. He didn't get to sell his product.
I don't know what to tell you, cuz like I don't want to sell your Android box. Sorry. And so, but what it affirmed for me was that the bad stuff doesn't happen as frequently as we make it out to appear. Because a lot of people are scared to do cold prospecting, cold outreach, message someone they've never messaged before, start a conversation because of that fear of rejection. And I can tell you, like, I was really apprehensive every time I was doing this exercise. It was kind of like, oh my gosh, someone's going to say, like, I'm a spammer, someone's going to say something. But I sent out over 100 messages, and I only got one bad negative response.
Yeah. You've learned one of the 4 agreements. Don't take it personal. We take things too damn personally.
Maybe.
And that's our problem. If you don't take it personal, realize, see that person's reaction to you? That was what was going on in his life. For all we know, maybe he's really, really hungry. Maybe that sale, him pitching you, is hoping would do something for him, and it didn't. So he got pissed. But that had nothing to do with you. So I'm glad that you're just keeping it there. But did you take it personally when you got it?
No, it was kind of like, oh, this is all right, Kadir. Like, I don't know.
Your name got called out, Kadir.
Like,
wow, with your Android box.
Like, I really didn't have, I didn't feel any ways about it. I was just kind of like, you were trying to sell me and it didn't work, so you're upset.
Okay, you said you had 3 things. We have 48 seconds left, so let's get the last 2 things in quick.
Quote of the day.
Oh, Jesus. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. Don't take it personally.
I'm going to say mine is the quote I give everybody whenever I give a talk anywhere, which is say no loudly and often.
Yeah, I like that.
I made it up myself.
Like when I ask her to complete an article.
I say
she
no.
doesn't.
I say no. What
See
the hell?
Disrespect.
Say no. I don't want to do it.
This is the disrespect I deal with. And this is why she's not inspired.
I am inspired. I
Selena's inspired.
I gave like 3
Selena's
different
inspired
things that
every day
inspired
she
me.
She reaches out to me and we talk, and she's inspired.
Just say you want me to move in with you. Like, it's perfectly
the
fine.
app's gonna be called Smitty.
I will come through with all my stuff. I don't even have that much stuff. So like, it'll be great for me to move in.
Anyhow, guys, thank you.
It's been an amazing show.
It's been fun. Good job. You're doing next week's too.
No, I'm not.
Get ready for some serious changes here on MyTCNTV network, guys. Like, it's going to be a wonderful year, but that means with everything comes change.
Of course.
Stay tuned. We have Shaping Life coming up next.
Yes.
With our lovely Trisha.
Our in-house yoga
Our in-house
expert.
yoga girl can burn up our body in all types of directions.
Yes.
Go on with it, Trisha. Anyhow, guys, we'll see you next week. Good job, Christina.
Thanks.
Great news.
I like your hair.
Thank you very much.
When are you going to do my hair?
Soon.
Great.
See you guys soon. Have a wonderful Friday and Happy New Year.
Indeed. First show of 2020 on TCN TV.
You guys soon.
Bye.